Hello everyone and welcome to APU Postgraduate webinar. Thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us today. My name is Farha and I am the host for this session. All right, so while waiting for others to join our live session, we were just to inform you, our PG Open Day is now happening until 5 p.m. and also tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. So those who are interested to continue your study for the master's and also PhD levels, you can just drop by and visit our campus for the face-to-face counseling session. Or if you don't have time to drop off by our campus, you can also make an appointment for the virtual counseling session. Okay, so for today's session, without wasting any time, we are proud to have Dr. Julia Jeremy to present about cybersecurity career pathway and how to get started. Okay, so this topic I think is a very, very interesting topic, especially to those who are interested for the cybersecurity field. And we hope that this webinar will give you a better idea, okay, of what cybersecurity entails and what you can expect from it too, Okay, so just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions, okay, during the presentation, please type them into the chat box and I will bring them up during the Q&A session later, So now, without further ado, we will turn the time over to our presenter, Dr. Julia Jeremy. Hi, Dr. Julia.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Farha. How are you? I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good too. Okay, so are you ready, Doctor?
Yes, I'm ready. Can you get
okay, over to you, Doctor. Sure, no problem.
Thank you. All right. So can we get the slides up? All right, good. Okay. So hello, everyone. Okay, welcome to one of the postgraduate webinar session this evening. I'm Julia. Okay, for those who just joined in, welcome as well. I'm a senior lecturer here in APU, basically teaching network security and forensic. And I'm also the head of the Forensics and Cybersecurity Research Center. So I've spent almost a decade in education field, teaching, training, performing research in various domains, which includes secure application systems, cryptographic encryption, malware analysis, security operations center, and incident response. So before we start talking about career in cybersecurity, or what kind of skills do we need in order for us to pursue our career in cybersecurity, I just want to share with all of you that prior to 2010, right, before 2010, cybersecurity was an insular domain. No one really cared about what is cybersecurity, or probably no one ever heard what is cybersecurity until something that they were using didn't work, right? So your PC or your personal computer or your laptop suddenly got blew up due to malware or adware or spyware. And then you got annoyed. I got annoyed, basically. We send our machines, we send our PC or we send our laptop to get reloaded by the IT personnel. But after the event was over, concern faded. Okay, we think that, okay, everything is okay, so I can use my computer, so no problem. As we entered 2010, okay, most organizations or most corporations acted the same way. But when we reached 2018, 2019, cybersecurity experts and also security risks become fixture in the board meeting, in the newsroom. So more and more activities, or how to say, meetings and work is being turned into virtual environment. So cyber attacks and cyber incidents are regularly flooding the news headlines. So just to share with all of you, okay, based on the research being done or being performed by the cybersecurity ventures, okay, they expect the global cyber crime, okay, when we talk about cyber crime, cyber attacks, okay, of course, it involves the cost, the damage cost, okay. They expect the global cyber crime cost to grow by 15% per year, right? Over the next 5 years, okay, when we reach 2025, it will reach about 10 to 5 trillion. Yeah, we are talking about trillion USD annually, okay? Compared to 2015, it's only like 3 trillion, only 3 trillion. 3 trillion is a huge amount, actually, but they expect that it will reach up until 10.5 trillion USD annually by the year of 2025. So when we talk about cyber attack, okay, all these kind of attack could potentially disable the economy, not only the economy of a city, the state, or the entire country. So to name a few popular attacks: ransomware attack, okay, data breach attack, right? So all of those type of attacks will cost us a lot of money. These cyber attacks costs includes damage and destruction of data, okay, involve stolen money, okay, when a cyber attacks happen, money got stolen, okay, loss of productivity, theft of intellectual property, okay, our personal and financial data, and of course the cost also involve the post-attack disruption to the normal course of business, right? The cost also involve when we need any forensic investigation, we need to pay for people to investigate on the cyber incident, and then we have to use certain paid tools for further investigation, and then we also need some experts and some tools to restore and to get back our backup data or the hacked data, and of course to come back to the business. And not to mention, cyber threats have expanded from targeting and harming the computers and networks, because basically when we talk about cyber attacks, we imagine that it's targeting the computer, it's targeting the network, or it's targeting our smartphone, basically. But nowadays, more and more cyber attacks are targeting people, okay? The cars, the autonomous cars, the railways, the planes, the power grids, and anything with the heartbeat or an electronic pulse lah. We are talking about IoT, OT devices. So many of these things, or IoT things, are connected to corporate networks. So it further complicates the cybersecurity world. So moving on, okay, just to again share you another studies from Forbes and checkpoint.com, where it shows that in the year of 2021, we have seen 50% more cyber attacks per week, right, per week on corporate networks compared to 2020. And from the study, we can also see that the most targeted sectors worldwide by hackers in 2021 focuses on education and research. And then we can see the cyber attacks on healthcare sector up by 71%, Not sure whether if you can see it clearly. Okay, but I've highlighted the one at the bottom left. Okay, education and research sector up by 75%. Okay, more and more cyber attacks, ransomware attack, data breach attacks targeting the education industry, right? Even when I attended an event last month, okay, there's one university, okay, shared with us that they've been the victim of the ransomware attack, and sadly, they don't have enough preparation, they don't have enough budget to have a backup. So most of their data, okay, especially involving students' informations and so on, get hacked, okay, and the informations are available in the dark webs. Right, so we can also see the increment of 51% in the communication industry. Of course, most of the attackers usually targeting the important domains and important industries such as the communications, government and military sector. You see the rising up by 47%. So while many large businesses suffered breaches, right, we see a lot of telecommunication companies, we see a lot of multinational companies suffered those data breaches, those ransomware attack. Small and medium businesses actually were an easier target, okay, for hackers because their lack of resources and security expertise. We are talking about small and medium enterprise lah, basically. So cyber attacks on all businesses, okay, targeting all businesses basically, but when it comes to small to medium-sized businesses, it's becoming more and more frequent, targeted, and complex nowadays. So not only they are targeting or aim at small businesses, but only small percentage, okay, I can say that it's less than 20% based on my readings, of these small and medium enterprise are prepared to defend themselves. Okay, not only does these cyber attacks disrupt the normal operation, but usually these cyber attacks will cause damage to the important IT assets, to the important infrastructure, and then it makes it impossible for them, especially for the small medium enterprise, to recover because they don't have the budget or the resources to do so. Moving on, okay, so let's move to cybersecurity in Malaysia. Okay, how about the attacks? How about the incidents that happened in the Malaysia? Okay, surprisingly, or not really surprisingly, okay, cybersecurity always remains in Malaysia's top concern. I think from the year of 2018 to 2019. Okay, even according to our Home Minister, Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin, in March this year in an event, okay, he said that in 2019, okay, in the last, I think in the past 2 years, okay, around 13,000 cybercrime cases were reported, right? And in these 13,000, okay, of cybercrime cases, okay, there are total losses of 539 million ringgit Malaysia, okay? And then last year, okay, we see the number of cases increase to more than 20,000 cases with a total loss worth 560 million ringgit Malaysia. Okay, that is last year. That is what happened last year in 2021. This year, okay, we only in right now we are currently in May, right? The month of May. Okay, back in February, the first 2 months of the year of 2022. Okay, the number of cases reported was 3,273, involving the losses of 114 million. Okay, many of our current and emergent threats involve new technologies. Okay, probably some of the threats, some of the attacks were unheard of even a decade ago. Okay, we never heard of those name of the attacks, the latest attack. So at the same time, our national security landscape is changing at a very fast pace than ever before. So keeping up with these changes is one of our region's biggest defense and also one of the national security challenge, according to Cybersecurity Malaysia, according to the Ministry of Home. Right. And another slide just to share with all of you on the general incident classification statistics. Okay, so based on the slides, you can see the comparison, okay, between the numbers of incident or general incidents according to the type, such as the cyber harassment, the spams, the malicious code. You can see the numbers are a bit high in the year of 2020 compared to the year of 2021. Okay, as everybody is aware, the pandemic started in the year of 2020. During that time, okay, most of us just started to work from home. Okay, everybody starts to work remotely, hence more and more cyber attacker or threat actor attacking these, work from home PCs, laptop, and so on. Probably we don't have enough, awareness, okay, on how to detect or how to defend our machines. Okay, we use public Wi-Fi or public network. Sometimes we share the networks. Okay, we don't have a proper channel for us to access to our files or folders in our office and so on. So we use all those without any protection. Hence, you can see the numbers of cases are a bit high compared to the year of 2021. When we move to the year of 2021, the total number of cases decreased a bit because as we can see that once we get comfortable with working from home, we started to subscribe or purchase services that help us to secure our connection, to help us secure our communication. Then we get to better protect ourselves and also our devices, especially our laptops, from those types of attack. Moving on, okay, so we move to why, okay, or why or we need cybersecurity professionals in Malaysia. Okay, so not only in Malaysia, basically we're talking about both in Malaysia and also international globally. Okay, so cybersecurity professionals are increasingly in demand. Everybody knows this, I guess. You read in the news, right? Cybersecurity is an area, in domain. Okay, the needs for cybersecurity professionals are actually increasing. Okay, as business continue to battle with the growing threat of cybercrime. Okay, every day you hear about data breach. Every day you hear about ransomware attack. Every day you hear about social engineering attack, phishing, scamming, those kind of attack. Okay, so globally, okay, if we are to focus on globally, there are over 2.5 million. Okay, we're not talking about 2,500. We're not talking about 25 thousands, but we are talking about 2.5 million cybersecurity job openings. Okay, presenting incredible career opportunities actually for those who are interested in exploring these fields, cybersecurity field. So the same is true in Malaysia as well, okay, as highlighted by Dr. Amiruddin Abdul Wahab, the CEO of Cybersecurity Malaysia late last year. There is a shortage of cybersecurity talent or experts in the country, and that Malaysia alone, okay, Malaysia alone needs 20,000 cybersecurity knowledge workers by the year of 2025. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot. So while the task of preparing these 20,000 cybersecurity professionals is daunting, it is vital that these target, okay, we aim to achieve these targets, okay, because the cybersecurity field is evolving, okay, and we realize that it is important for us to make sure that these when we recruit these professionals are the one who safeguarding our nation. These professionals are the one who safeguarding our people and our organization. So especially Malaysia becomes more digitalized. Everybody is using internet. Everybody is using Internet of Things. Okay, become more digitalized in all aspects of life. Okay, making cybersecurity as a central to ensure our future success in the digital economy. Right. So 20K, 20K of shortage only in Malaysia alone. So again, just to share one more statistic with you. Okay, since cybersecurity is one of the central pillars of our digital economy, as I mentioned, digital economy just now, Malaysia has actually established and taken various initiatives actually to strengthen cybersecurity in the country. You can see a lot of certification programs, certification trainings, and then we have a lot of openings. Okay, MDEC, Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, has various initiatives to ensure that the pipeline, okay, in creating cybersecurity talents continue, okay, and they strongly encourage youth to take up cybersecurity as a what you call it, as a viable, as a lucrative career options. Okay, as a result, Malaysia is now among the top 10 countries with the highest commitment to cybersecurity. Okay, as you can see in the chart over there, okay, Malaysia is highly ranked in cybersecurity because it has policies focused on developing a solid national strategy. Okay, we give our highest commitment to cybersecurity, starting with the establishment of MyCert, okay, one of the departments under the Cybersecurity Malaysia. Okay, and based on the latest Global Cybersecurity Index, which is being released by the International Telecoms Union, okay, United Nations Agency, Malaysia came in 8th, as you can see, and it's equal with Russia and the United Arab Emirates out of 194 countries, okay, with 98.06 points, okay, out of 100 points, and always been in top 10 since the first report was released in 2014. So Malaysia is always at the top 10. Okay, experts in the field of cybersecurity estimate at least top 10% of job opportunities in Malaysia will be related to cybersecurity in the near future. Okay, but not only cybersecurity professionals, but also ethical hackers, when we talk about digital forensics, cyber threat intelligence, network defense analysts, and then we have cloud solution developers. These are, to name a few, are some of the profession that continue to be in demand. Okay. So just something that I want to share. Competition for the right talent is fierce. Okay. Talent, okay, no longer means the same as 10 years ago. Many of the roles, the skills, and the job titles of tomorrow are unknown to us today. Okay, just take simple example lah. Last 10 years, we don't even have social media influencer. Nowadays, social media influencer is like everybody is a social media influencer. Everybody can become an influencer, right? So when I ask what is your job, I'm a social media influencer. Okay, you probably never heard of blockchain analyst last 10 years. Okay, you probably never heard of cloud architect. You only know that building architect, okay, or the bridge architect, but we never heard of cloud architect previously. So now we already have cloud architect, right, as a job title, and also the blockchain analyst, social media influencer, and lots more. Okay, so as to move forward, okay, let me share, okay, if you have the question in your mind whether if cybersecurity is the right career for you. Okay, and these are among the question, but not limited to what being listed in the slide, right? The question that probably you have in mind. Okay, what skills would I need for a career in computer security or cybersecurity? Do I have any certification related to the cybersecurity field? These are among the questions that my students will ask me, actually, right? What skills do I need? Is there any certification that I need to have? Or they check their list of certification. I don't have any certification related to the cybersecurity fields, for example. How will I get experience in these fields? Or are there any entry level or internship opportunities available for me to explore or to go through? How are the career advancement opportunities in cybersecurity area? Right? When we talk about cybersecurity industry, it remains a promising area of growth when it comes to career paths, definitely. Okay, last year, while many industries saw decreases in opportunity due to the global pandemic, right? 2020, 2021, cybersecurity industry continued to grow. All right. So remote work, security risks, as I mentioned, increasing ransomware attacks, and more other attacks contributed to the increased need of cybersecurity professionals. And as COVID-19 spread across the world, many organizations had to undergo cyber threats more than ever before. So in fact, cybersecurity job postings, right, saw 65% increase during the pandemic compared to other job postings. So one of the part of the concern is that we don't have enough people with the necessary skills for us to hire for all of the cybersecurity openings. As I shared just now, right? In Malaysia alone, we need at least 20K, okay, 20,000, okay, of position to be filled, okay, by the year of 2025. So all these questions are usual questions before starting a career in cybersecurity. What skills do you need? How will I get experience? And so on are among the usual questions. So some you'll get the answer throughout this webinar, right? How to start a career in cybersecurity. Okay, most of the cybersecurity jobs will require you to have at least 3 to 4 years of bachelor's degrees, but not necessary to be bachelor's degrees in cybersecurity. You can take also bachelor degree in computer science or information technology or any similar field, basically technology field. All right. So when you take this program, okay, you go through this degree program. This program will generally covers a foundation, okay, a foundation in programming, which is essential, right? Foundation in programming, database, some how to say specialized modules such as multi-assessment, penetration testing, incident response, forensic investigation, and then with a bit of touch of artificial intelligence, ethical hacking, cryptography, and so on and so forth. So when you take this program, basically you learn or you get the knowledge of all the related fields that covered in cybersecurity. You basically get the knowledge of the IT system, the networks, and then probably we are not covering all types of programming language, but as long as you able to get to study or get yourself familiarized with at least one or two programming language, get yourself the basic, then usually you get to improve yourself lah. When you've been given a new programming language, you know how it works, okay, how the logic works and everything, right? So knowledge of firewalls, all the network devices, right? The IDS, IPS, firewalls, just to name a few, the endpoint security devices, you will also get to learn when you go through the degree program, because it's been covered in your module, it's been covered in your assignments as part of your assessment, okay? When you complete or you try to complete your assessment and challenges during the degree program, it will also help to train you to work under pressure, actually, and in a fast-paced environment lah. Without you notice suddenly it's the end of the semester already. Without you notice suddenly you go for internship already. Without you notice you actually go for work, or you finish, you graduate your studies already, right? And while doing the assignment, usually you will also be trained to possess problem solving skills. Okay, you have to work in team. Basically, you have to communicate with your team members, right? And then usually you get yourself updated with the knowledge and the latest cybersecurity trends and news and hacker tactics lah. Because all of these will be covered usually in the modules that are being offered as part of the degree program. So if you ask how to start a career, at least, okay, I will advise you to get a degree lah. Okay, to get a degree in the related field, or especially in the computer science field. If the program offers a specialism in cybersecurity or digital forensic, that will be much more better. Okay, so the modules will be more specific. Okay, the content will be more specific towards the cybersecurity. Right. How to begin a career in cybersecurity without previous knowledge? I don't have any knowledge in cybersecurity at all, for example. Okay, so starting a career in cybersecurity without previous knowledge is not as complicated as you think. It does not require a huge investment, basically, in terms of time and money. Okay, regardless of your background. Okay, I have students coming from finance background. I have students coming from tourism background, how to say, different background, not IT background. They also continue their study or further their study in master in cybersecurity. That's not an issue. They even become a good students, or how to say, students that able to achieve all the learning objectives that have been set for each of the modules in their master degree. Okay, so regardless of your background or previous experience, transitioning to a job in cybersecurity is, I can say, very achievable. Okay, with some, of course, with some foundation training lah. Okay, you need some foundation training. It's a must lah, definitely. So the best place to start is you can go to foundational courses. Okay, for beginners, we have a lot of foundational courses, right, available online or even provided by the universities. Okay, which covers the basics and the main area of IT security, or the main area of data protection. So after you complete all these courses, I mean the foundation courses, you will be equipped to begin working within an IT security team, okay, or within an organization lah. Okay, of course, when you go through these foundation trainings or courses for beginners, you get the idea on, or you get to learn the basics of IT system. Okay, because you don't have any experience, you don't have any knowledge, so you'll be exposed with all these basics of IT system. You learn about the basic networking. Okay, for example, what are the different types of networking, what are different types of protocols, and then once you are familiar with the fundamentals, then you can delve into the basics of network security, for example, or communication principle, how to secure the communication and so on. But of course, the first place, even if you don't have any knowledge, you can start yourself with all those foundation courses that's set for beginners. Okay. Other thing is that if you are new to cybersecurity, you can also start out in an IT entry level role, okay, such as help desk technician, okay, network admin, okay. Don't be shy like I'm just an IT technician or help desk technician. It is really helpful for you to learn the basic IT by becoming the technician, really. So they have the experience to troubleshoot. They know how the operating system works. If there is any issues or any problems encountered with the network, for example, they are the one going to go and solve the problems. So basically, based on their experience, they will learn a lot. Okay. So while you don't necessarily need a degree to get a job in cybersecurity, okay, having some form of what we call as structured training, okay, the certification training or the structured training might help to accelerate your path towards a cybersecurity job. Right. So if you ask me, okay, I would like to also share with you on the cybersecurity professional certificates for beginners. I also get questions from students. Miss, I want to start with cybersecurity. Where can I start? Which certification is suitable with me? Right. I want to start my career in cybersecurity, but I'm coming from IT background. I don't have much knowledge in cybersecurity. Okay, probably going through the 3 years or 4 years of bachelor degree program is helpful, but probably I want to get myself upskill with certain certification. Okay, so these are among the starter cybersecurity certifications for beginners. Okay, but not limited to what being listed in the slide. Yeah, so we have ISACA CXX Cybersecurity Fundamental Certificate. The name itself, okay, already mentioned fundamentals. We have CompTIA Security Plus. We have CompTIA Network Plus. Okay, we have Certified Ethical Hacker. We have the MTA Security Fundamentals. Okay, we have the GIAC Information Security Fundamentals, GISF, just to name a few lah. Okay, if you've been wondering, just the name, what does it offers basically? Okay, let me just pick a few and explain. Like Microsoft Technology Associate or MTA. Okay, MTA Security Fundamentals. It's actually among the entry level certification program. It aims the high school or actually early college students, yeah, as well as those who are in the workforce, who are looking to change their career. Okay, so the MTA Security Fundamentals usually offers you, or the content of the certification will cover these security principles. Okay, basics of operating system, something that probably you never learned before. Okay, basics of network and software security. So all of the basic stuff lah, basically. If you are going for the Microsoft Technology Associate or MTA Security Fundamentals. Another popular certification under ISACA. ISACA have a lot of certification, yeah. But ISACA CXX Cybersecurity Fundamental Certificate aims for entry level niche. Okay, so it's basically covers, I think, there's still five, if I'm not mistaken, five cybersecurity related domains. It will cover first the concept of cybersecurity. It will teaches you on the confidentiality, integrity, availability, the CIA stuff, okay, not the cyber intelligence agency. Yeah, when we talk about cybersecurity, always we remember CIA. Okay, confidentiality, integrity, availability. So those are the basic concepts of cybersecurity. So yeah, it will cover the concept, the architecture principles. It will cover some networking system. You hear the same thing, right? When you go for the basic courses, it will cover you on the basic networks, basic operating system, basic data security, incident response. Those are among the topics, okay, or the contents that is going to be covered by these certificates for beginners. What else? CompTIA Security Plus, okay, it's also a good start, okay, if you probably have a bit basic on cybersecurity, but you want to learn more, okay. So CompTIA Security Plus is also one of the most known entry-level security certification, okay. So again, it covers network security, it covers threats and vulnerabilities, access controls, okay, host and data security, all those stuff. And what do we have? Yep, and GIAC, Information Security Fundamentals, GISF. Okay, So it's towards administrator, admin, okay, managers, information security officers, okay, who needs probably overview of how the information assurance principles or defense in-depth techniques that you want to implement in your organization. How do you want to perform risk management, for example? GIAC is suitable, okay, towards the admin managers and information security officers lah. Okay, you can choose whatever basic certificate or programs for the beginners as how to say extra, okay, as extra training or extra how to say exam for you to sit for, and then get yourself upskill. Okay, all right. So again, another popular question, okay, that I receive from coming from students and also coming from people that want to get a career in cybersecurity or want to start a career in a cybersecurity. What are the key skills? Okay, these are among the popular questions lah. What are the key skills required for cybersecurity professionals? All right. So one of the common questions people ask and about this domain is whether it's actually a good career or not. Okay, but what I can say is that no single options is universally ideal for everyone. Okay, it all depends on what skills that you have and what you want to achieve as a working professional lah. Okay, but just to highlight a few lah, okay, just to highlight a few, if you want, okay, how to say, cybersecurity lah, cybersecurity careers are like others, okay, in what people said. If you want to success or you want to succeed in this area, you have to have certain skills. Okay, that doesn't mean that if you don't have that certain skills, you should give up on cybersecurity. No, okay, it's probably that you don't have all the capabilities yet. Okay, specific skills are undoubtedly valuable, okay, for anyone who aiming to thrive in the cybersecurity career. So these are some of the skills lah. You check if you have these skills, or if you don't have these kind of skills, you can go and brush up the skills lah, basically. First, problem solving skills. Okay, some people say every part of cybersecurity involves problem solving, okay, to some degree lah. Okay, so professionals usually when they're working in this area, okay, they have to tackle issues, right? Because you are facing cyber incidents, cyber attacks, and so on. So you have to frequently tackling issues with unknown outcomes, right? So consider cases where if your team or the cybersecurity team faces new kind of or new type of ransomware. Okay, you have solved the previous ransomware. Suddenly, in this year, another new type of ransomware comes out. Okay, or another zero-day vulnerabilities exist, for example. All right, so the team will get through this situation with a good problem-solving skill. Right, you have to examine the issues from all angles, and then you have to analyze the situation thoroughly. Okay, and then you probably will have people with a good attention to detail that may discover things that others may overlook. Okay, this is especially important lah in cybersecurity, since sometimes the attack methods or the techniques that is being used by the attacker will change from time to time. Right, so probably you too focus on a certain attack type or technique that you don't focus too much, and then you don't know, or probably you have missed out something. Okay, technical aptitude. Okay, technical aptitude is also important. Okay, it's also another skill. If you have a proper understanding basically on the digital devices, okay, the technical concepts that lay behind it, and if you have the experience or able to work on a various technical platforms, not focusing only on one platform, and not only focusing on computers, you're also able to work with mobile phones, the smartphones, the IoT devices. Okay, so this is also one of the skills lah, exactly what this job entails basically. Okay, if you possess these technical knowledge, you can identify and you can respond to the security breaches and the network hacks effectively. So you can start to learn, okay, and go to explore not only computers but also mobile phones, other IoT devices, and see and understand how the architecture or how they work at the back end. Okay, and I think the important skills, okay, important skills, although you don't really have that technical aptitude, or I'm not that good in programming, means I think the key skills is the willingness or the desire to learn. Okay, I always say this to my students: as long as you're willing to learn, as long as you have the desire to learn, okay, I think there should be no problem lah. Because cybersecurity is constantly evolving, right? Okay, so when you take up this profession, you should constantly upgrade yourself with the latest trends, okay, with the latest technologies. Whenever you have something new, you're willing to go through to explore it, okay. Continuous learning, continuous self education, both on and off lah, basically the clock, essential trait for the cybersecurity industry. Okay, even I already work in the industry for the in the education industry, I'm still learning myself. Okay, new and new methods, new and new techniques and attacks are being introduced. So I can't be teaching my students the old techniques and the old attacks. I also have to equip myself with the latest knowledge, with the latest techniques and methods so that I can share it with my students. Okay, all right, be inquisitive, definitely. Okay, having strong desire to learn, to ask questions. Okay, support the career advancements. Okay, so it's important for you to seek answers, like what I shared just now. uh, you have to seek answer, you have to become committed to ongoing learning. Okay, and you can do this. Okay, you can do this even you have become a well established in your career. Okay, and you can achieve this by reading all those case studies, real case studies, use cases. You can attend conferences, okay, security conferences. You can enroll yourself to a mentoring program, okay, and or you can just pursue any, or you can move forward to take any new certification training, okay, just to explore any chances if you can move from this domain to another domain, but it's still in cybersecurity, right? Just take example, if you are used to ethical hacking, you can just explore more on security incident response, for example, so you can go for other certification to upskill yourself. Okay. All right. So career options in cybersecurity, just to share with all of you lah. In these slides, we'll see on several career options, okay, available in the cybersecurity domains. Uh, Definitely, the career options are not limited to what being shared in the slide, okay? But let me just go through few job options that you might want to consider, probably after you have graduated from your degree or your master, okay? So the list of the job or career options, you have cybersecurity engineer or architect or consultant. Definitely, different organization will have different job title or different naming, yeah? Okay, forensic computer analyst, security operations center or SOC analyst, okay? Sounds nice, right? The naming, the job title, very wow. Security auditor, okay. Cybersecurity governance and compliance manager, CTO, okay. Chief technology officer, chief information security officer. The C-level one, you need experience lah, definitely. Okay, definitely when you want to reach to the chief technology officer or chief innovation security officer, you need years of experience. Okay, but those security engineers, pen tester, applications engineer, upon graduation, okay, once you have graduated from your degree or your master, you can become one of this. All right, so let's just go through quickly on few of the, how to say, career options that have been listed just now. Popular one, among the popular one, is a penetration tester. When we hear about penetration tester, we know that it's also called as ethical hacker, okay, also called good guys lah. Okay, good guys. So pen tester or penetration tester usually are hired, okay, by an organization, okay, or web-based application providers to perform tests, okay, vulnerability assessment. You'll be hired to hack into their system, okay, and you actually get paid lah, basically, to perform the digital break-ins. You hack into their system and they pay you money. Okay, so what you need is that you have to simulate actual cyber attacks. Okay, you have to use a various range of tools and methods. Okay, and then you find the vulnerabilities, you find the weakness in the system, and then you present it to the organization. So that's your job. Whoever likes to hack, you can opt for this career option, which is the penetration tester. But you, of course, you need to explore more on the hacking tools and methods. Okay, so that when you work in a real environment, you already know what kind of tools or what kind of methods that you want to use in order for you to penetrate into the system. Right. Security Operations Center or SOC analyst. Okay. So another career option that you can consider is the SOC analyst. Okay. These SOC analysts is also known as frontliners. Okay. Frontline defenders, watchdogs, or security advisors, lah, basically. So they are the one who will be monitoring the network, okay, or the infra for malicious activities. They will sit in the SOC, okay, they'll sit in the Security Operations Center, a room where they will monitor and they'll see the numbers of alerts on the screen. Okay, so the SOC analysts are expected to be able to read, understand, and notify cyber attacks and trends. So you are the one who first get alert, okay, when you monitor the network and so on, you detect the potential threats, and then you will inform others, you will create ticket, you inform others, and then of course, there will be tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. Tier 1 is usually the one who monitor and manage, and then you have the tier 2 is the incident responder. Okay, once you get the alert, you will assign it to the incident responder for them to further investigate, right? And then probably you have the tier 3, depends on the organization. You have tier 3, where usually tier 3 is the threat hunters, you hunt for the threats and so on. Okay, it is actually an interesting job. Okay, whoever likes to become a SOC analyst, you can consider this job. Secure application engineer. All right, means I don't like hacking. Okay, I don't like hacking. I like coding. Okay, I like coding. I like programming. Okay, so application engineers are not developers. Yeah, you are not developers, but you probably have the knowledge, okay, or full knowledge of software development life cycle. You have the skill set of programming. Okay, you usually work with developers, okay, to set up security controls, okay, because you work as secure application engineer. So you will measure the security for every stage of the software development to ensure that the software development lifecycle is secure. Okay, not the usual SDLC stuff lah. Okay, so the AppSec engineer, okay, or the security application engineer will analyze the application, will analyze the source code, okay, if the source code contain any vulnerabilities, okay, or any weakness in the coding, okay, before compiling, before running them, before making it live and being used by the public. Okay, so after testing those application, and then you, the secure application engineer, will will implement patches, will implement methods, okay, or techniques to harden the application, to make the application much more secure. Right, so those who don't like to hack but likes code, for example, this is probably one of the job that you want to look into. Okay, I have a lot of students, okay, they don't like hacking. Some of them really like hacking, they want to become the pen tester and so on. But as I said, cybersecurity domains is huge. You have a lot of domains, you have a lot of areas that you can work in. Okay, it doesn't have to be hackers. Okay, you can be a secure application engineer, you can be SOC analyst. Okay, and in our next slide we have the security auditor. Okay, so if you opt for another career options, okay, security auditor, security auditor normally, perform audits. Okay, perform audits based on the organizational policy, governmental regulations. You have to read a lot. Okay, you have to interview executive managers, IT professionals, and then you develop plans. Okay, you develop plans to improve security compliance. You help to reduce the risk. This job is important. Yeah, it's not that security auditor is not important. This job is really, really important. Okay, you work closely with all the IT professionals. Okay, you also have to have strong analytical and critical thinking skills. Okay, because you need to apply the industry standards, creating comprehensive assessment, okay, for your organization security practices. Okay, so you also have to use some certain tools for the audit purposes, definitely. So I've shared with you several job that you can opt for, or career that you can opt for. Doesn't mean that when we talk about cybersecurity means you talk about hacking. So your only option is to become a pen tester. No, we have a lot of other choices of a job for you to choose from. Okay, all right. Okay, while most cybersecurity professionals have at least a bachelor's in cybersecurity or bachelor's degree in computer science, okay, many companies also prefer candidates who also have professional certificates. Just now I shared with you the basic, right? So if you just want to start learning or exploring cybersecurity, there are certain foundation or certain beginner certification, okay, the ISACA CXS, the CompTIA Plus, and so on. Okay, but there are also professional certificates that if you already have the basics in cybersecurity, you want to further upskills yourself in a certain domain. Okay, in a certain domain, or you want to validate your knowledge for the best practices. Okay, there are a lot, literally hundreds and hundreds of certification available. Okay, from general certification to vendor specific certification. Okay, from entry level to advanced. Okay, this one is considered as advanced one lah. So once you are comfortable with cybersecurity, you already have the basic skill, you already have the basic knowledge. Okay, here are some of the professional certification that can help to boost up your cybersecurity career. Okay, but definitely the options are not limited to what again being listed in the slides lah. Okay, these are among the popular ones. Okay, if even you Google it, you will get it. Okay, CISSP. Okay, we have CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. Okay, CISA, Certified Information System Auditor. Those who are already have the knowledge of hacking, okay, probably you want to try OSCP, Offensive Security Certified Professional. It's a bit comprehensive, the exam. It's about 24 hours, the exam. Okay, so giving all these professional certification, normally students will ask me, okay, or people, other people, external people also will ask me, which certification programs that I should go for, okay? My answer will be always pick your focus, okay? Before you spend your money and your time on a specific certification, unless the certification is free, go for it, definitely. But usually the certification will cost you a lot of money, okay? So before you spend your money, before you spend time to attend the course or the certification, it's very important for you to find one that will give you a, how to say, competitive advantage in your career. Okay, so if you're working as cloud architect, for example, probably you want to look for certification that focusing on cloud. Okay, if you are working as a pen tester, probably you want to look for certification that focusing on pen testing, CompTIA Penetration Testing Plus, CEH, Certified Ethical Hacking, Offensive Security, OSCP, right? If you're looking forward to become a security manager, you have worked in the industry for several years already, so probably you want to look into CISM, Certified Information Security Manager. Okay, and if you want to become a certified auditor and so on, so probably you want to go for CISA. This is just some examples lah. Okay, just to share with you. Right. So I think that's what I want to share, okay, as part of our session today. Okay, if you are a beginner in cybersecurity, what kind of courses, what kind of certification, okay, what kind of skill set, okay, and probably some of you have want to ask what kind of job that's waiting for you after you have graduate in cybersecurity course. So I've shared it all with all of you, okay. So I've also shared the need of having, okay, the demand for cybersecurity professionals keep increasing from year to year. And remember, you probably become one of the 20,000, okay, candidates that is made suitable for the cybersecurity industry. All right. So just to share some of the quotes, the remote working trend has applied tremendous pressure on companies to upgrade their IT infrastructure. Okay, secure digital access to company resources and systems are now extensive. Okay, as any attack can put a business in a very precautious position. So hence, okay, for us to secure the digital access, to help to secure and prevent all these attacks, we need professionals. Okay, we need people in cybersecurity. Cyber threats are on the rise, national security as well. Okay, the relevant skill set, knowledge, and tools are required to protect organization and individuals from cyber threats. We need you. Okay, we need more professionals, definitely. So there will always, how to say, a place, okay, for people to expand their career or for you to change your career from probably IT professional or non-IT professional to cybersecurity professional. with that, I think I will end my webinar or sharing session for today. If you have any questions, okay, you can feel free to ask the questions, or you can also email me, okay, julia.jeremy@apu.edu.my. Right, thank you. Back to you,
All
Farha.
right. Thank you, Dr. Julia, for the wonderful sharing. So I think we do have few questions ready here, so we can move forward for the Q&A session. Yeah, Doctor?
Yep,
Okay,
that's
very well. All right. So for the first question, cyber course is more important to threat protection. Okay, so what will be your answer, Doctor, for this question?
Is this a question? Cyber
I
course
don't
is
think
more
this is
important.
a statement. I'm not sure if he's asking if the cybersecurity course is more to threat protections or any, you know.
Okay, if it's a statement, then it's a statement. But if it is a question, cyber course, whether cyber course is more important for threat protection, I guess the courses are important because usually the content of the courses will be updated from time to time. Okay, so if we attend one course in the year of 2010, probably it covers the use case or the scenario that happened in that year 2010. So in the another 5 years to 10 years, things changes, okay, techniques, procedures of the attackers changes as well. So when you learn about that in those courses, you able to update yourself on the knowledge and the latest skills, so it able to provide a better threat protection for your company and also for yourself as an individual. So it's
Okay,
important,
I see.
obviously.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, for the next questions. Okay, how to get into cybersecurity after working in IT? I think you have already mentioned during your presentations, right? So maybe you want to add on other points for these questions.
Okay. So basically, if you're already in the IT domain, okay, you are already in the IT industry, you already have the basic, okay, you know about computer, definitely you know about operating system, you know how to handle the, how to say, all the tools and application related to IT, okay. So now what you need is to upskill, okay, or to upgrade yourself so you can start to attend, okay, it can be an online course, okay, or you probably want to further your study, or if you don't have any degree in cybersecurity, so probably you can join or enroll yourself in a degree of cybersecurity, okay, because as I said just now, as I shared, the courses or the modules that is being offered in the degree program of cybersecurity usually teaches you on all the domains and the related skills that are needed in cybersecurity. Or if you don't want to enroll yourself into degree program, there's also a lot of certification program. The basic one, as I mentioned, you can start with the ISACA, you can start with CompTIA Security Plus. Okay, those programs also will teach you all the basics of cybersecurity. Okay, taking how to say, taking note on, you already have the basic of the IT environment lah, so it's not really hard for you to jump into cybersecurity.
Okay, I see. All right. So I think this is the last question that we have. Hi, may I know, is cybersecurity certification worth it?
Okay, this one, I think it depends on what you plan. Okay, what you plan to do. If let's say it's for your career enhancement, okay, so and for salary increment, for example, so probably it's worth it. Okay, you can take the certification. It depends also on your company, on your organization. If there is a need for you to get certified, and if they offer you some increment in your salary and so on, go for it. Else, if it doesn't offer you any salary increment also, just to upskill yourself, I think it's a good choice for you to go for the cybersecurity certification. But as I said, you pick the one that is suitable or mapped back to what you are currently doing lah. Unless you plan to explore a new area, then you can go for certification that is non-related to what you are doing right now. If you're upskilling yourself with in whatever that you're doing, let's say you are doing in penetration testing, so you go and get yourself some certification related to penetration testing. So it's worth it lah, basically, for me, based on my experience.
Okay. Okay, very well. Okay, so I think all the question has been answered by Dr. Julia. Thank you so much, Dr. Julia. And is there anything else that you wanted to cover before we wrap up?
I think not from my side. Thank you very much for the session. Thank you very much, Farha, for hosting. Okay,
Okay,
anything?
very well then. Mhm.
just email me if there's any more question. Thank you.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Julia, for the wondering sharing session. Also, thank you everyone for being here today. So now our next session is going on. Okay, for the title of Design Innovation Management, Relevant and Resilient Post-Pandemic, starting at 5 p.m. and will be finished at 6 p.m. today. You can watch and join through FB Live and also YouTube. Okay, thanks once again and see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.